throttle to get the surgery.
Yep.
Okay, don't do what I did before surgery.
All right, that's it for tomorrow morning, buddy.
If you do any procedure like that, you have to keep up with your hygiene. Because it seems like you still need to...
I'll ask him, but I know...
No. This is part of the problem. You just let these two do this. I don't want to hear of this issue again. And if I do, then this is going to be very different to hospital staff.
I need somebody in my room immediately. I have been waiting.
And get away with it. And if you don't change that, they won't change either. Because they don't help them.
The myth Stephen Asante at My £600 Life. Stephen Asante is a controversial figure who gained widespread attention after appearing on the reality TV show My £600 Life. The show documents the journeys of individuals struggling with extreme obesity as they work to lose weight with the help of a medical team led by bariatric surgeon Dr. Nowzaradan.
What?
Excuse me, I want to get something to eat.
Do me a favor. All right, that's it for tomorrow morning, buddy. Hours right now, and then every 100 miles we had to stop because who wanted to eat?
Stephen Asante was a particularly challenging patient for Dr. Nowzaradan and his team. At the time of filming, Stephen weighed over 700 pounds and had a history of drug abuse and psychiatric issues. He was also known for his confrontational and abusive behaviour towards the medical staff and his own family. During his time on the show, Stephen's behaviour and attitude drew a great deal of criticism from viewers and medical professionals alike. He was often seen being disrespectful toward the medical staff and ignoring their advice, which made it difficult for him to make progress towards his weight loss goals. Despite his difficult behaviour, Stephen Asante remains a somewhat polarising figure. Some viewers sympathise with his struggles and the challenges he faced, while others criticise him for his behaviour and lack of motivation. His behaviour with his father. The relationship between Stephen Asante and his father was a major source of tension on My £600 Life. Stephen often argued with his father and accused him of not providing enough support or care for him. He would frequently lash out and blame his father for his struggles with weight loss, despite the fact that his father had made significant sacrifices to care for him. The tension between the two highlighted a challenge of caring for someone with addiction and behavioural issues. Stephen Asante is in a league of his own. His appearance on My £600 Life was filled with shocking moments, but perhaps none more so than the time he threatened to call the police on his own father.
Off myself and I it up.
Tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to come here, and I'm going to fix it.
Okay. I'm really happy that you're taking Dr. Now's help, and it is a very diet soon too. But now look at me. So I'm losing a lot of weight.
I know.
Throttle to get the surgery.
Yep.
Okay, don't do what I did before surgery, because that's probably why I woke up in pain. Well, it's gonna take a while to rebuild, okay? And we may never rebuild, but thank you. I do love my brother. I want to support Justin through this process the way he's been supporting me throughout the whole entire...
Is in here. I said, let me tell you something, it's going to stop. But he wanted his way. He used to threaten me and say, look.
It all started when Stephen's father discovered 10 empty boxes of pizza hidden in Stephen's cupboard. When confronted, Stephen shamelessly admitted to eating them all and even confessed to indulging in a few other unhealthy treats as well. But when his father implored him to stop with all the unhealthy eating, Stephen's attitude took a dangerous turn. He threatened to call the police on his own father and accused him of abusing him. It was a stunning and unsettling moment that highlighted the complex and dysfunctional relationship between Stephen and his family. While overeating and denying it is common on My £600 Life, calling the police on your own father is a new low. It's just one of so many shocking moments from Stephen's journey on the show, but it's certainly one of the most memorable. One of the significant challenges of Stephen Asante's journey on My £600 Life was the long-distance travel he had to undertake to visit Dr. Nowzaradan's clinic. The journey was grueling, and it took a significant toll on Stephen's already fragile health. During one particular trying journey, Stephen was caught on camera admitting to eating breakfast at 4 a.m. without telling anyone. Now, as he travelled to the clinic, he was being offered breakfast by everyone around him, leading to the prospect of him having 2 breakfasts in one day.
And at this rate, we may be able to consider some skin removal for you. See, how's this?
It's a lot more squishier and stuff. I think it was a lot larger when I first
If
started.
you do any procedure like that, you have to keep up with your hygiene. Because it seems like you still need to, that's scaly. Are you able to take a shower every day?
Yeah, I try my best to stay.
So you can be in the habit if we're going to consider surgery. But you're doing well overall. Education, are you?
No, following doctor's orders.
It
So
only took a year and a half.
shut up.
Do psychotherapy.
Okay.
We will set an appointment for you. I'm cautiously optimistic right now. I say I'm going to have a report sent to me. The concern is that if Stephen wants to get painkillers, he will find a way. And if he tries to do anything, that he keeps going to psychotherapy, because the addiction will always be there. But right
It was a stark reminder of the challenges Stephen faced on his weight loss journey, including his addiction to food and his struggle to control his impulses. On his journey to Dr. Nalzaradan's clinic, Stephen Asante's relationship with his father was put to the test once again. At one point, his father offered him a small burger that was around 300 calories, in an attempt to help Stephen keep his calorie intake under control.
All right, tell Justin to come in and sit down, and we'll see him after.
He's not gonna. I'll ask him, but I know.
No. This is part of the problem. You just let these two do. You don't go asking. You tell him that you come in right. So you need to act like a father.
No, I know, but I mean,
No.
I can't fight with him if he says no.
That make any sense?
No, you do.
Okay, I get why Justin is upset.
I know. I'm gonna.
No.
I'm gonna tell him.
You need to come out of this role of being neutral. Listen to you from this point, he's on his own. Tell him he needs to come in. If you did this one more time, that's it. Didn't I?
Yeah.
And on top of that, we have a... This problem starts with your dad. In life, there is and want and get away with it.
Yeah.
But don't sit there and think by agreeing with me right now, you're supposed to be there, then this game is over for you. But even if you don't find anything, you wait that clean. If you want any chance to stay on this program, then you need to lose who are dependent on you. And if you don't change that, they won't change either. Because there are no... Don't help them.
Yeah.
Because they're both out of control. And in a society, both of your kids to have a chance to outlive you, then you need to make these changes now.
However, Stephen's reaction was far from grateful. In a moment of anger and frustration, Stephen gave his father the middle finger and told him to bugger off. It was a shocking display of disrespect and disregard for his father's attempt to help him on his weight loss journey. Tantrums at the hospital. When Stephen Asante arrived at the hospital for his weight loss surgery on My 600-Pound Life, he initially surprised Dr. Nalzaradan with his good behaviour. It was a stark contrast to what Dr. Now had heard about him before. During the first few days, Stephen was relatively respectful and cooperative, leading some to believe that he was turning over a new leaf.
He's casually asking for some pain medication, but his body language shows that he really wants it. To hospital staff,
I need somebody in my room immediately. I have been waiting.
However, as time went on, it became clear that his good behaviour was only temporary, and that his old habits of behaviour were starting to re-emerge. It was a frustrating and disappointing turn of events for Dr. Now and the medical staff, who had hoped that Stephen would be able to make progress towards his weight loss goal, with a more positive attitude and a willingness to work hard. However, as Stephen's true colours started to show, it became clear that his journey was going to be a difficult and tumultuous one, full of ups and downs and unexpected twists and turns. He became increasingly dismissive of the medical staff, often resorting to name-calling and other abusive behaviours. One of Stephen's habits was calling the nurses for no particular reason, and then getting angry when they didn't immediately respond to his requests. He would throw tantrums and accuse the hospital staff of not being supportive, even though they were doing everything in their power to help him on his weight loss journey.
come abuse him to hospital staff, And he expects everybody to wait on him, hand them food, not liking what I'm hearing.
At times, I sometimes I get frustrated if
This is going to be a very different conversation.
He keeps bothering, he keeps calling.
In any patient like Stephen, he asking for pain medicine every 15 minutes and then he spilled urine.
Apology mean nothing. At this point, there's nothing I can do to help you. So you're done.
I swear I apologize to everyone.
I don't want to hear of this issue again. And if I do, then this is going to be very different.
His disrespectful behavior made it difficult for the medical team to work with him and provide the care he needed. It was a frustrating situation for everyone involved, as they knew that Stephen's success depended on his ability to work with them and follow their advice. However, Stephen's behavior made it clear that he was not yet ready to make the changes necessary to achieve his weight loss goals. When Dr. Nowzaradan noticed that Stephen was doing all of this, he decided to have a conversation with him to try to understand his perspective. Stephen admitted that sometimes his emotions got the better of him, and he wanted the staff to acknowledge his feelings and work with him accordingly. Dr. Nowzaradan listened patiently and gave Stephen a final warning, emphasizing that his behavioral issues could not continue if he wanted to achieve his weight loss goals. The conversation was an important turning point for Stephen, as it showed him that the medical team cared about his well-being and were willing to work with him if he was willing to make an effort. While it remained to be seen whether Stephen would be able to change his behavior and make progress on his weight loss journey, this conversation was an important step towards building a stronger relationship between him and the medical staff. But then, the nurses speak up of Stephen's horrible behavior, that he keeps on asking for painkiller medicines every now and then, and when one nurse refused to give him that, he urinated on the floor, which the staff then had to clean. Dr. Now had had enough of his behavior. He told Stephen that he's done here, to which Stephen started crying.
The 10, then they have to treat me. And when they give the injection to the IV, like, I'm on another.
Then after a while, Dr. Now suspended him from the weight loss program and sent him to a drug addiction program, citing his use of painkillers as a source of drugs. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.